Hello friends and welcome back to my channel Accounting Fun. So in my last video I have given you a little bit assignment, remember? I hope you might have completed it, right? So let us look at each of the transaction now and solve it together. The first transaction which I gave you was you have to think and give answer of a transaction which may increase both the asset side and liabilities and owner's equity side. Now think of it. It's very simple, right? Initially, when you start your business, you need capital. That capital you fund through cash or any other fixed asset. So that transaction is cash to capital. So your cash is also increasing in business, plus your capital is also increasing. Now let's look at the second example, which may decrease both the asset side and liabilities and owner's equity side. Now, suppose there was an outstanding rent due on your business for any of your premises, your office or your godown, anything, and then you paid it. So, as soon as you made payment, your cash decrease, and then your liability also decrease because you have paid a part of it, right? Third, which may cause both an increase and a decrease on the asset side. It's simple. You purchase a stock for cash, so your stock increased, which is an increase in asset, and your cash decreases, which is a decrease in asset again. Fourth, which may cause both an increase and a decrease on liabilities and owners and equity side. So, suppose you take an outstanding loan to make payment to your creditors. There was some amount due for your creditors, so you paid out it. That is a decrease in liability. But you take an outstanding loan from bank to pay that. That is again increase in your liability. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so now let's look at our next chapter, which is accounting cycle. Accounting cycle includes journalizing, posting, and trial balance. So, what this entire thing transaction is, the entire process of whatever transactions I told you, na, that you start your business with cash, all these things are called as transaction. So, what are the steps in this? First of all, you have to examine the source documents. The source could be vouchers, bills, anything where it is recorded. And next, you recorded its nature, whether it's an asset or it's a liability or it's an equity. That is the analysis of transaction. After analyzing, you move on to the next step, that is recording of in a journal. What is journal? Now, journal is basically a general entry book where you record all your transaction. So for this, two terms are there. One is debit, second is credit. So whatever you receive, there are three basic accounting principles for this. That is, or these are also called the golden rules of accounting. So first one is for the real account, nominal account, and third one is for the personal account. In three of these, the rule is simple. In real account, you just have to debit what comes in and credit what goes out. In nominal, you have to debit all the expenses, credit and losses, and you have to credit all the incomes and gains. In personal, you debit the receiver and credit the giver. In this manner, you have to analyze each and every entry which is being given to you, and then you have to record these transactions in journal. So can you see in description there are, so can you see these lines in this where it is written record transactions in a journal? There is date given, description, post reference, debit and credit. What is this debit and credit? Debit is basically when your amount is getting decreased, that is debited. When your amount is getting increased, it is credited. Simple. Credit is an increase, debit is a decrease. So you record these transactions in a journal. In the date column, you have to mention the date on which the transaction is being carried out. It could be anything, 1st April, 31st March. Description could be, so I give you an example. You started business with cash. So you debit the cash account debit to capital account. That is the credit. In debit, you will write the in debit column, you will write the debit amount that is of cash directly. In credit column, you will write the amount of credit that is of capital directly. Next, you have to record these information in a ledger. What is this ledger? Now, there is not only one transaction, right? You just not only start business with cash. You might purchase some goods, you purchase some assets, you sold some goods in cash. So there are a lot of transactions of cash, and each and every transaction you can't calculate single-handedly each and every day. You can't keep on just calculating it directly from the ledger. So you have to summarize this journal in the form of a ledger. So ledgers are basically those accounts in which at a particular place all transactions related to a specific account are being recorded. So suppose there are all 59 around transactions of cash. So all these 59 transactions, whether debit or credit, will be recorded at one place, that is the cash ledger or cash account. And then finally you prepare a summary sheet out of these ledger, which is called a trial balance. Why it is called a trial balance? So as I told you about the balance sheet, the trial balance is a kind of statement which told you that how much debit balance is there in a specific account, how much credit balance is there. So next we move on to our accounting cycle. So what is accounting cycle? It is basically a sequence of accounting procedures or accounting steps which are being carried out, and it is generally considered to be an year. So accounting period is also known as the fiscal period, and any time span within which an accounting cycle is completed is called the accounting period. Now let us look at this accounting cycle. First of all, as I told you, you journalize your transactions from the vouchers. Vouchers are those statements which you receive against any of the transaction. You just collect all these vouchers at one place and then post them into the journals. From journals, you post it to the ledgers, and then from ledger, you prepare a trial balance, and then you prepare a complete worksheet kind of thing. This trial balance is a statement, and apart from those transactions which cannot be recorded in trial balance, there are some transactions. So through these, the financial statements are prepared in the form of trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet. You again journalize some post adjustment entries which cannot be recorded in the above journal, ledger and trial balance. And then you post the closing entries and prepare the post closing trial balance. Next, now we have two methods of accounting. One is the single entry accounting, one is the double entry accounting. In India, we usually follow double entry accounting. So this double entry accounting, if it's difficult to understand, you simply need to remember the letter T. So in this, basically you prepare a T-shape account, and then every business transactions involve both a debit and credit. So can you see in this, like this cash account is prepared and then there is a T. So left side is the debit side, right side is the credit side. Now see, I'm telling you a simple thing to remember debit and credit. You need to think of a debit card versus a credit card. So in debit card, you take out cash from your bank. It is an asset. You're doing normally transactions from your bank account. In credit card, you're borrowing money and you're making a promise of future repayment. This promise is the liability. Now simple to remember, debit card and credit card. Now, debit includes any kind of assets like land, building, plant and machinery, cash, and then stock. All these are assets. And expenses include any kind of expenses which you incur. Suppose you incur rent, some kind of transportation, carriage, and all this. Next is the credit. Credit includes the liabilities and the owner's equity and revenue side. Now, in assets, if there is a debit, it will increase the value of the account. Suppose you purchase a building. In credit, it will decrease the value of account. You pay out cash to someone. In liability, debit will decrease the value of liability. So I gave you this example earlier. You pay off a creditor. In credit, it will increase the value of a liability. So you are taking bank loan. In owner's equity, so I have already given you example. You can just go through these slides slowly, and in fact, you can pause the video wherever you feel any kind of, and you can drop your questions in the comments as well. Now, see, let's look out for revenue account. In revenue, the debit will be when the amount of revenue received will decrease. So you suppose gave back some certain kind of money in the form of refunds and returns. and credit will be when you make sales. So now these days, generally sales word is being replaced by the revenue word. Next is the expense. In expense, when you debit, whenever your expense amount is increasing, so you pay off any kind of rent, any other expenses, you pay your electricity bill, certain these amounts, and then when it will be credit, when you will decrease the amount of expense. Suppose you got a rebate, you got discount and all, okay, you receive discount, then it will be credited. Now it's a simple flowchart which I have prepared just so that you can remember what needs to be debit where, what needs to be credit where. You can note it down if you feel so. Now how to use these T accounts. So I told you this equation in my last video also, that assets equals to liabilities plus equity. Now you can just go through this in a quick manner, and here's an example. Suppose you have cash which is in debit for increase 50,000. So you start your and you purchase stock. So your common stock has been increased and your cash has decreased. So debit for increase 50,000 and credit for increase 50,000. Now accounts that are increased with debits and have normal debit balances, and then accounts that are increased with credits and have normal credit balances. Now, these are the things which you have to keep in mind. These arrows are just to make you remember it in an easy and pictorial manner. Now, what you need to do a journal entry. So now you have learned to declare debit or credit, right? Let's move on and see how these accounts will be impacted. So now let us look at what is the journal. So as I told you initially that in an actual accounting system, the transactions are initially recorded in the journal. So it is also called as general journal. It is kind of a handout. So these are the entries which I told you. Like initially you start your business. So cash to capital. Cash is debited and capital is credited. Now, posting journal entries to the ledger account. Posting is kind of a sorting thing. I told you initially that these journals are recorded at one place, and there is so much confusion then that things needs to go there. Whether it is debited or credit, you can't remember all of them while posting in the trial balance. There might be 400, 500 entries. So you need to post them into the ledger to make it more clear. So ledger is basically an account which includes the individual records showing increases and decreases. And this entire group of accounts is kept together in an accounting record which is called as a ledger. How do you post it from journal to the ledger? So you started with the cash. So you simply put it cash to capital, and then you issued common stock. So simple, you prepare two stock, cash, common stock or capital account. In cash, you will include it as C on the debit side. It is 1 lakh. On the credit side, it will go to the common stock or capital account 1 lakh. Easy? Cool. Now next I will show you how to use these T accounts. So the balance in an account is the difference. Now it's not possible that the both in debit and credit side equate, right? So to equate them, wherever the balance is remain, you have to just simply write down by balance carried down, or if it's on the credit side. If it's on the debit side, you have to simply write down to balance carried down. And when you will brought it forward, you will write down by balance brought down or to balance brought down for the next month. Next, trial balance. So trial balance is basically a summarized statements of all the accounts with their balances. Now, whatever is the leftover balance with each and every account, you just form a statement out of them, which is called trial balance. You write down on the top head particulars, debit and credit, and whatever balance. Suppose in capital account there is a credit balance, so you will write simply in the credit. Capital, in the credit column, you write the amount. The debit side, cash, you write the amount. So accounts are listed with as assets, liabilities, stockholders' equity, revenue, and then finally expenses. It is recorded in this form. And in this, finally, you just check it out because it is balancing your trial. You are just trial and error routing your balance. So it shows whether the total debits equal total credits or not. So if there is some difference, you need to find out that amount of difference and then you need to analyze where it went wrong. This is again a small example. You can just pause the sheets over there. There's a entire video over there, and then you can go for it.